Chestnut.
Hello, everyone out there in digital world and everyone here in the physical world at Leapin' Lizards in Hilliard, Ohio. Welcome back to a great edition of Phygital Nights, where we start the evening with a podcast by yours truly, Buster Chestnut. And then we have a 3-comedian showcase with, some local comedians. Sometimes we bring in some talent from out of town. Look forward to some of the later shows coming up in May. We'll be posting some of those flyers as soon as we can. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started with the podcast. I do have a special portion of the podcast this evening that hopefully we can get it to work. If not, it's a proof of concept, and we're gonna move on from it. So it has been a week. Currently, I'm at the stage of the month where I feel like the banking apps are literally yelling at me when I open them. Just red numbers screaming, "Buster, stop, put the phone down." I got bills due, so what do? I hit the pavement. I went out to Grove City Card Fest on Sunday. It was a massive sports card show, 2 gyms at a high school. Big shout out to Card Collector 2, Ryan Johnson and Brad Beeman for putting on a killer event like they always do. They are not a sponsor, but there is a pretty cool show coming up down at the convention center at the end of June. So check that out if you're interested in cards. But yeah, normally for these shows, I go there for pleasure. I mean, not weird pleasure. Whoa. For pleasure to look at cards, purchase cool things, whatever. But no, not this time. I was there on business. So, I was out here hustling out of necessity. I ended up moving about 25 cards, and I brought home about $200. Hey, it keeps the lights on. So while I was grinding, I ran into this guy. His name's Big Tom. He's the occasional 4th co-host of this podcast that I follow. It's called No Bangers Sports Card Podcast. But Big Tom, if you're watching, what's up, man? Anyway, it was great to meet you. I'm actually working behind the scenes right now to potentially set up a remote interview with some of the rest of the No Bangers crew. So hopefully the remote, interview works this evening so that can make that work later on. So I did want to do a real quick, big thank you to our Patron of the Arts executive producer, Steve Merrick. Hold on real quick. We're going to do a big cheers to Steve. All right, here. 1, 2, 3 to Steve. All right, so Steve has this. You can't see it out there, but I'm not going to move around and move. But Steve has a special table right up front for whenever he can make it here. So, all right, he lives 3 hours away. So currently we're on a mission to find a hotel close, and we need to get him down here in person so we can set him up in his VIP seats for a real Phygital Nights experience. So hopefully we can get him down here, and maybe I'll drag him on the podcast and see why the hell he wants to support a guy like Buster Chestnut. But anyway, Steve, we appreciate you. And thank you for renewing your Kingdom of Elon sponsorship. It's a joke. If you want to check out the little logo he put together, it might bring something to it. So, all right. So speaking of hustling, we are gonna open some cards. So it's time to do some breaks. So this week is a massive week in hoops. All right, the NBA playoffs, they're in their second round. But more importantly, for me at least, the WNBA regular season tips off this coming weekend. Who's excited about that? All right. We got a little bit of support out there. But I'll probably be watching that. I think games tip off on the 8th, maybe. So I'll be glued to my TV on that. So to celebrate the hardwood, I couldn't pick just one. So because you can't just pick one when you go to a card shop. I might need your assistance, Michael. Just to make sure. All right. So, and make sure that I got the double screen. Do I have the dual screen on there? Okay. So we have a 2024-2025 Bowman U Basketball, which we're chasing like Juju Watkins, Cooper Flaggs, all those people. But I saw the new hotness. Bowman 2025-26, which is a little bit different. All right. It's a little bit different. It's mainly a paper product. This is chrome, so it's like that, like the plasticky cards, like the fancy shiny cards. This is mostly paper cards, but there are autographs of the NBA players. There are autographs of both men's and women's college basketball players, including future stars, probably future top draft picks in the WNBA and probably NBA draft. So we're going to start with the old school to see if we can pull like a Juju Watkins autograph or, something fun like that. Can anybody see if any other camera people have come into this chat? I just want to check it just real quick, just glance. And you'll be able to see the other person if there's another person. He's probably not. All right, cool. All right, so all right, out of these, if I pull a Juju Watkins or a Hannah Hidalgo, that's going straight into my personal collection. But anything else might be fair game. So let me know if anybody's interested. I also wanted to let people know I do have some cards for sale. I have some comedian cards for sale from the performers that performed for me during the first quarter of 2026. 1 through 28. You can get a pack of those for $40. Or, if you're sweet to me, maybe I can knock off a couple bucks for that. But it's high quality stuff. I also have t-shirts. One says Bailey Digital Media, which isn't as fun. But on the back, it says, hi, how are you? Can I get some call and response? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Okay, so enough of that. But I also have a Buster Chestnut cards shirt with a Buster and number 13 on the back, replicating my awesome jersey that I got made. And those t-shirts are $30 a piece or 2 for $50. So come holler at your boy if you need it. Cards are, make a stack, whatever. Let's talk. I mean, I'm hurting for money, so $5 probably might work depending on the card. So, all right. So I'm gonna set my note cards down, and I'm gonna start ripping. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about my week. All right, Bar's choice. Do we go the fresh hotness first and the old stuff second, or do we go old stuff first, new hotness last? Yeah. Fresh hotness first. First? All right. I like your style, Joel. Hey, it's not a knife. It's a utility. It's a tool. It's a tool, just like me at about 11:30. I don't usually travel through the airport, and I don't take it when I go in the airport. But when I do, I'm usually traveling Allegiant Air and going to Crimson Sunset Rentals, which you should check them out on Airbnb. There may be an advertisement sponsorship there. Just saying. Anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just because this is going to be boring otherwise, I am going to open all these packs and just talk, and then we're going to go through all of them real quick. Great take. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm showing my age there. Is anybody familiar with that? Yeah, tastes great, less filling? Or am I the only old in the bar? Michael's just ignoring me. By the way, everybody give a big round of applause for Michael for letting me do these stupid things here every Tuesday night. For me and for you. And for you and you and you and yeah. But, so this week, like I said, I'm going broke. Got that $200 at the card shop or the card show, which added to the card business. Which I thought that was a Cooper Flagg just staring at me there. I didn't mean to cheat, but I am looking at all the cards as I'm opening them because I don't want to damage anything. We got to keep things in pristine condition. What's up with everything needing to be pristine? Like, I don't know. I bought a car recently. It's definitely not pristine. It gets me from A to B. Can fit, at least my gear that I brought here tonight, which is a ton of stuff. So, sorry, guys. I did kind of crowd the food table tonight. I did not plan ahead. By the way, I don't know if I said this on stream. I know I said it to the bar, but happy Cinco de Mayo. I don't celebrate. But for those that do, here's some brown liquor. I don't know. I'm drinking bourbon because it's tasty and I like it. Okay, so I finally got the new hotness unveiled. And anything good, I'm going to put right here on this star. Michael, am I still good on the star? Michael, am I still good on the star? All right. If anybody recognizes any of these names, holler so I know if they're good or not. All right. Peyton Watson, Khalil Ware, Jordan Clarkson, Ron Holland II, Matas Buzilla. I don't know that guy. This is a rookie. It's called Greatness Loading. Neek Clifford. Anybody familiar with Neek Clifford? All right. Bub Carrington. Laura Samfai? I don't know. Devin McLaughlin. That's a fun name. Braden Burries? Yeah, I don't know any of these people. Emmanuel Quickly. Saloon? Yeah, I've heard of him, but he's not anything special. Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm horrible with names, by the way, and I am probably going to screw your name up again. Just fair warning, because I'm going through all these names, and I'm like, it's fucking with me. I'm sorry. Anyway, Russell Westbrook, Jalen Wilson. Oh, we got a chrome. Emily Skinner. I hate Duke. Could care less about that person, but somebody out there maybe like them. Norman Powell. Trey Kaufman, Wren, Darren Williams. Yeah, no. Oh, we got a Juju Watkins. She is a baller. She's still out, though, from last year's tournament. She had a horrible knee injury. All right, Derek White, Patrick Williams, Kyle Flipakowski. I don't know. Dylan Harper. That's a good one. Dylan Harper rookie, but then followed by a Brandon Garrison out of Kentucky, Reptilian. Hopefully that looks good on the stream. My streaming counterpart is too busy chatting over there, Michael. All right, Azur Thompson, he was a good rookie a couple years ago. Nate Ament, Sean Abave, Nate Biddle, Liam McNeely, yeah, Sabonis, Kobe Brea, Kevin Durant, who's probably not going to be on the Rockets next year. All right, Derek Queen, that's a decent one. All right, what else we got? Ooh. All right, I'm going to set these base cards down real quick. All right, we have an insert that I actually really like these inserts. It's called a Young Kings. I ripped a box yesterday. I think I posted that video on Buster Chestnut's YouTube channel where I pulled a LeBron Young Kings where he's in his Cavaliers uniform. Looks pretty dope. Sorry. Anyway, check out that Ray Allen. That's pretty sweet. I wanted to admire it. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. All right. Darius Garland on the chrome. I'm going to set that aside. Not necessarily a hit, but local guy, so we like it. All right. Jalen Lowe, Mikael Brown Jr., Toby Awaka, Jordan Poole, Devin Carter, Igor Dimin, Zagetti, or Edie. I don't know. I can't remember. All right. Yankic. I'm not trying that one. All right. Verified. We got a Ryan Conwell out of Louisville. I got a Sienna Betts earlier, or when I ripped that box for the Buster Chestnut channel. And Sienna Betts, if you're unfamiliar, is Lauren Betts' little sister, who was part of the UCLA National Championships team. All right, Derek Lively, Donald Hand Jr., Zaya Dennis, Devin McLaughlin again, Chad Holmgren, yeah, Thomas Silver, Steph Curry, Kyrie. Oh, I got another Reptilian. All right, Jace Richardson. It's nobody I've ever heard of. John Tonje. I think getting two Reptilians in the same box is pretty cool. All right, Mark Williams, Devon Hanna, Derek Dixon, and Jeremiah Wilkinson out of Georgia. So not the greatest box, but we're going to go back in time. Calling Michael. Michael to the soundboard. Michael. Can you see? Has he joined? No. Has he joined there? That was just how I got your attention. No, I don't see it. Okay, cool. Just keep a glance out there. Watch where to pop up. Yep. And then we'll switch the scene. I got three winners. I got you. I got the card. Yep. And then. Yep. Cool. All right. So we are going back. We're going back to college. Is anybody here in college? I mean, there. All right. We do have some college people. I know who waved their hand. So, I mean, congratulations. I support you. Don't do college the way I did it because you're probably way too old for that, brother. All right, so we keep going. And once again, I'm going to keep talking while I open all these and stack them up, and then we'll just go through them real quick like we did the last batch because that seemed to work pretty good. Unless, we pull an autograph and I get to, like, dance and be like, look at you guys. You didn't show up. But speaking of showing up, thank you to anybody that has come and signed up for the open mic. We appreciate you. I don't know. There may be like one person, but I know at least one person is signed up. We have somebody on their way. I don't have my phone on me, so I don't know if they're en route or whatever. But I think that's it. So definitely check out Steve's table. You'll know it by the sweet table tents. That is where the open mic sign up is. And I better not catch anybody sitting there unless Steve approved it. I can call him, he probably approve it real quick, but just saying. That is Steve's table. If you want that table, I mean, it seems like the worst table, but it's not. Because my comedians may. Oh, all right. So we have at least 2 open mic contestants coming up, so that's cool. You have to officially sign up because I didn't get a chance to sign you up. FYI, person that just walked in the room. All right, so this is the last pack. I'm actually going to put this at the bottom, just, for the last pack magic. Anybody familiar with that? Do we have any card collectors or rippers or degens like myself out there? All right. Well, everybody should start being degenerate and opening cards again. Or at least buying singles from Buster Chestnut cards. Follow along. All right, so I'm going to do... Jesus, all right. So there's some names I can get perfect, all right? This one needs no introduction. Boogie Flan. Is there any Boogie Flan fans out there? All right. Dame Sar. Liam McNeely. Kayla Heckle. Sarah Strong. She's going to be really good. She's plays for UConn. That is an excellent pull. All right. And we keep going. Jaleel Bettina. I don't know who that is, but it's a black refractor. It's pretty cool. Oh. And then next up, just to rub it into Michael, who is the team up north grad. Here is a Buckeye, Michi Johnson. On the Bowen first. All right. Simon Wilshire. Jeremy Fears. Oh, we have a backwards car. Liam McNeely. Ooh, I think it's just a refractor, but it's shiny and cool. Anybody on the... Does it... Can you see it? We love the refractors around here. All right. Diamond Johnson, which is what I called my junk in high school. Johnny Rome, Xavier Booker, Kylan Boswell, don't know who that is. Dylan Harper, all right. We like Dylan Harper's, especially in the black wave refractors. All right, Steel Venters, that's a sweet name. I feel like that dude needs to be a movie star. All right, Langston Love, got the alliteration. One of my favorite WNBA players, Sonia Citron. No, I mean, Caitlin Clark just gets hurt a bunch. All right, Liam McNeely on the X Factor insert college rule playbook. That's at least shiny and fun. All right, Cannon Catchings. Cannon Catchings? Who the hell names your kid Cannon Catchings? That sounds horrible. Should be an Acme, Looney Tune character or something, man. All right. Clifford. Oh, Jesus. Omarai? Omarai. All right. Oh! Mr. Rookie of the Year. I've actually pulled one of these already and sold it for $50 down in Tampa. Cooper Flagg on the black wave refractor. All right. Jordan Lee. Hannah Hidalgo. All right. This Bowman Chrome U is hidden. Hannah Hidalgo. All right. Deshaun Harris-Smith. Deron Reed. John Bowl. And you're going to see it before I do. Zade Lowry on the, I can't see which, purple lava, maybe. I don't see it numbered, but it looks cool. All right, and that's our rip. So it's been a rough week, you know, having the Bills coming up. But, you know, like having some wins at the, you know, the card show and having my friend Steve, once again, cheers up to Steve. Hopefully we can get you here. We need to find some hotels in the area. If anybody has a good hotel really, really close, let me know so we can get Steve here. All right, I need to check on my guest just one moment. And a quick interview. I was supposed to interview somebody remotely, but he's 8 to 10 minutes out, and I'm not waiting for that. Who said that? Brandon, come on down. Man. All right. Because it probably is illegal. I'll buy you a drink. I'll buy you a drink. All right. So we can be awkward, or I can try and get my wireless mics out, which might take a couple minutes. We're gonna be awkward, right? I mean, we like you. We like you. All right. Okay, so our remote guest was having some issues getting connected, so we are no, don't fuck that guy. If that's your prerogative, you can. I don't know if he would be into that though. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna. All right, so our guest today is Brendan Ridge. If I didn't know, Brendan Ridge comedy. If you're looking in social media, yeah. So the Spark Notes version. All right, we're just gonna jump into this so we can keep things moving. And I'll say the question and walk away and you answer it. All right. So the Spark Notes version. What is the most brutal, embarrassing, bad break the universe has ever handed you? Whether it be, you know, on the stage or, you know, doing one of your million jobs that you have. You know, how did you hustle your way out of that ditch?
So yes, great question by Buster Chestnut. A bad break I've had is my hairline. Okay, I never asked for this, but every day I wake up and I confront it in the mirror like a real man. Okay, amen. Thank you. All right.
I appreciate your honesty. Yeah, I don't really have that problem. I mean, I can trim mine up and we can just glue it on your head if you want. All right. Okay, so we're gonna flip the script. As you know, one of my intros or outros says, I can't remember which. So, all right. What is a tiny good break that you caught on early, like, you know, a sudden open mic spot or a cancellation that opened a door or a random introduction that ended up being a massive game changer for you?
So a tiny break that ended up being a massive game changer is, believe it or not, being nice to people. Whoa, not normal in human society. All right, you're encouraging to others and they're nice to you back. Just a little cheat code in life. You're welcome.
Once again, good answer. Good answer. All right. We appreciate you, man. And thank you for coming up here at short notice. Yeah. And making it out to Phygital Nights here in person for the open mic. All right. So, all right. So what is the this is the wild card question. What is the absolute most toxic, terrible piece of advice that you've ever given someone that somehow miraculously actually worked out for the best? Because we all know that happens.
So the most toxic piece of advice I've ever gave somebody is be yourself. You know, Just don't do it. All right. No one trusts it. That is all. All right. Thank you.
I mean, if you're weird as shit like me, that is some horrible advice there. All right. So we don't really know each other. We've hung out a few times. Most of the time you've been working, but a few times. So just, without knowing me, we're trapped in a car in a cross-country comedy tour, which, I mean, could happen someday. The radio is dead. The AC is busted. What is one exact topic of conversation that guarantees we won't end up leaving each other for dead on the side of the highway?
I think we just sing My Girl over and over until one of us dies. That's it, yeah. For sure.
It's a personal question, but are you allergic to bees?
No.
That's going to be really slow death then, because neither am I. If you're not familiar with that that movie, Grow Up, and or go back and watch it. I'm sure it's free somewhere. All right.
Oh, you're talking about the movie My Girl. That's a heart crunch.
I know, right? I know. But I had to fuck with people. All right. So I believe that's all the time we have. We've been kind of running. All right. Thank you so much. Everybody give a hand for Brendan. Hopefully we're going to hear some of his comedy a little bit later. Once again, sign up for the open mic. It's up here on Steve's table because Steve's an awesome guy. All right.
What up, everybody? Let's go! Flipping through the packs, chasing down that 101, yeah. Searching for the grail till the morning sun comes. Buster! Hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. We hit that monster pull, an impossible play. Change the whole damn game in a major way. Whoa!